It's perception time. April 27, 2015. Dear ones, you are adjusting to the almost overwhelming energies you experienced throughout March and early April. Perhaps you feel little or nothing. Perhaps it has been impossible to ignore related physical, spiritual, or emotional issues. It does not matter, for you processed what you needed to process. For some, their new you role remains hazy or cloudy. For others, pieces of their role are forming a concise vision of who they are or are becoming. Even though neither sensation is better than the other, this message addresses those becoming comfortable with their role labels. The most difficult piece for you now is how to achieve that role. Third-dimensional techniques are not adequate to create your new you role. But since you are not yet familiar or comfortable with New Earth techniques, you feel as if you are in a never-never land. You know where you want to be but have no idea how to get there. Why would you know where you are going without resources to achieve that goal? Your role label is a bit of a carrot. Even though the techniques necessary to fulfill your dreams have been outlined for some time, those techniques were ignored, misunderstood, or denied. So the process was revamped a bit to readdress what you need to create a path to your new role. Your path is self-love. Even though you have heard that phrase often, you need to truly internalize self-love before you move 1 inch closer to new you. Such is your stopping point. For some, self-love might be easy. I do what I want when I want to do it. But for most, self-love completely shifts your current life. For you might express self-love, you might even seem to practice self-love. But are there not times throughout the day in which you berate your body, finances, relationships, actions, interests? You are spouting the words, but your inner thoughts and actions do not sync with how you treat/think of yourself. This phase is not about shoulds projected by others who feel they know what is best for you. Nor is it platitudes and pretend thoughts radiating from your being of how you think you should function. It is you discovering who you are. You have welcomed many new segments into your being in recent months. Not all of them have been easy to be with. Hence, you needed to cleanse or eradicate those pieces of your being, difficult for your new segments, your climb up the mountain. Now that you are creating new you, continuing to merge new segments while discovering the perfect path for the totality that is new you, you are once again clearing. Such happened for many the past few weeks. It is time to address the totality of new you. Something you have not yet achieved or perhaps thought of. When you had the flu in 3D, you only thought of how your head ached and your stomach was in flux. You had little concern about your hair or fingernails, unless they also hurt. That was yesterday. Today is a new approach to you. It is time for you to address all your elements as one being. A being in which if one piece, segment, or cell is uncomfortable, the rest will stop until that piece is comfortable and feels love. Such a thought seems overwhelming for most. For how is it possible for you to check in with every cell or segment of your being throughout your awake time? So it is you have created a shortcut. A simple key that allows you to know that all cells and segments feel love and are moving your being along your path. That key is joy or happiness. Even though you have read of the thought over and over, you fudge here and there. This is okay to do because it makes a person I care about happy, so I should be happy also. Yet when performing that act of self-sacrifice, you find no spark of joy or happiness. Many think you cannot be happy all the time. Wrong, even the thought negates your happiness. Your intent, your end goal in this transition is ongoing happiness/joy, is it not? Yet, you continue to believe it is not possible. An indicator you have not internalized self-love. Does that mean you will become a lonely maverick, isolated and antisocial, or odd? No. Merely that it is time for you to change your perceptions. Perhaps someone wishes to spend a day with you, so you agree to their outline of boring activities because you feel you should. You can pout and point out the discomfort you are feeling. Or you can approach the day as an adventure. What piece of that person or activity is lovely, fun, or a learning experience. At this point in your transition, you are learning to perceive your world/being in joy, instead of pain or fear. Reading those words is easy. Internalizing them remains difficult for most. The personal intent you created recently is tied to your perceptions of you and your path. Is your path easy and in self-love? Or is it difficult with thoughts of, I don't think this is possible, but I'll try anyway? The difference between easy and difficult is how much you love yourself. New you is not a weak entity waiting for others to step on, over or around. New you is an extremely powerful God-Goddess fully capable of creating what you wish when you wish. But such is so only if you love yourself enough to believe it. You have approached new you with 3D limitations of, this might be possible if I think the right thoughts and act correctly according to the universe's standards. New you is, of course this is possible because I have the skills and I am fully capable of doing or being what I wish. It does not matter what others think is possible or how they think I should achieve this goal. I am me. They are them. And because I am creating my path without restrictions from others, I am loving myself. The piece you have missed is redirecting your energies/focus to that which gives you happiness, creating the path right for you. Perhaps that last thought seems nebulous. It is all about perception. Perception is how you shift from 3D to new you. See the beauty and you are on your path. See the drudgery in even one piece and you remain stationary. You are you. Allow that to be in love. And each entity you connect with is also a unique being. If you project anger and displeasure, others will attach to that frequency, not because they have to, but because that is the 3D they are comfortable with. If you project love, joy, and yes, fun, that is the frequency they will experience with you, perhaps not at first, but eventually. For all are moving to that place. Be yourself in self-love and you will be the beacon of light you wish to be, in the role correct for you. Be 3D you, in even one segment of your being, and that is what others will attach to, because it is easier and more comfortable than changing their thoughts and actions to love. So be it. Amen. Channeled by Brenda Hoffman. www.lifetapestrycreations.com